What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am glad you are here to join us. Well, as you see, we're still working on the BMW. It's a 03 BMW Xi, and now we have to present to you, it's a 95 Mercedes-Benz. Man, if you had this car back in 95, you were doing your thing. But first, guys, you know, it is a very nice day because we're actually experiencing some rain. Makes it absolutely nice to do anything in a shop. I'm sure you guys could relate to that. Okay, today we're gonna go ahead and jump on this 95 Mercedes-Benz, and this is a S320. And again, if you had this car back in 95, this is iconic. Like, you were the man back in the day, and you just doing your thing. So I'm very grateful to be able to bring this thing back to life. But we're gonna be doing two things at once. We still got a few spots over here that we need to sand and address on the BMW. And the Mercedes, we wanna get these two caught up on the same page because, as you know, right now, we're ready to do the primer on this one. So I wanna do the body work on this Mercedes and get it all sanded, and we can prime both cars pretty much at the same time. And then we'll paint each car in the next coming days. So like always, we're gonna go ahead and wash this thing off. Just going around the car, I found a few dents and dings. I mean, it was like 3 that I found so far to do body work on this car. And oddly enough, somebody, whoever had it before, must have put something on the top because there are 2 little dings at the top as well. But first and foremost, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing washed off, and then we're gonna go ahead and start doing the bodywork repair on all of these dents and dings. So guys, you already know the deal. Let's get to work. Okay, so after further investigation on this car, man, for a 25-year-old car, this car is in great condition. Never been painted, original paint. So actually now we're about to get ready to freshen up the paint. So guys, I went over this thing, I looked over it really good. I mean, there's very small little dents like right here. So what we're gonna do is take our 80 grit sandpaper, and we're gonna go over and identify all of the spots by sanding them. And then we're gonna come back with our filler, fill it in, sand it, and then get this whole car sanded, prepped, ready for primer. So let's go ahead and hop to it, and let's get these spots sanded. So the reason that we're using 80 grit sandpaper is so that the filler will have something to bite onto. So we use 80 grit, something very coarse, very aggressive. So the key is to look down the side of the car. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but if you look down the side of the car, see, look, I see a dent right here. And when you identify your dent, you sand it with 80 grit. Get a pretty broad area, because when you come back, you're gonna use 180 or 320, and that's actually gonna smooth out these 80 grit sand marks. But still, at the same time, we're gonna prime it too, so that really wouldn't matter the deep sand scratches, because of the primer will fill it in. So see, we got something weird going on in this back trunk area. Well, there's a huge line of a dent here. Maybe somebody was slamming it too hard or something. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill this whole area here. Lightly fill it and get that done. And then we got a little dent here. So basically, we're gonna go over the whole car and let's get all these dents. So for the most part, that was all the dents and dings that I could find. Also, just go ahead and check over the car one more time just to be safe, because one thing you would hate to do is to do all of this body work, get it done, sand it, and this thing is ready to paint and you find another dent. So make sure, check 3 or 4 times just to be sure. Look down the side of the car and to see if you see any dents. So that's the best way, is just to look straight down the side and you'll be able to see every little dent and ding that's in here. So surprisingly, for 25 years, this car has minor dents and dings. Don't get no better than this, guys. So let's go ahead and let's get this filler ready to be put on these spots, and then let's get the whole car sanded, and then we will be looking good for getting this thing painted. So all you need is your body filler right here. I'm gonna take that off. I just got a box. I just like using a box. Then they make little spreaders that you can put them on, but I just prefer a box. Cheap, simple, there's a bunch of them laying around. Once you're done with it, you can just simply throw it away. So I just put a little bit on. I don't want to get too much. I always can add more, so just do enough for just a few spots because this stuff dries really quickly. So I just like to do just a small little drop, and then I'm gonna mix her up. Total chew. Then I'm just gonna mix it up like so. You know, when it's dry, I mean once it's mixed good, it'll have a even consistency on it. I like the scoop and twist method. It actually gets it mixed very well. Then all we're gonna do is take it over here. So put this here. And just do a thin coat. That's all I'm doing. Thin coat. Swiping it, thin coat. Swipe it. I always can go back and add more. I'd rather add more than sand more. If that makes any sense. Alright, that's it. Same with this little spot here. All right, you guys, after all the filler dries, now it's time to go ahead and pull out some sandpaper. Let's go with 180 on this one this time, so we can go ahead and knock it down and get everything flat, and then we'll get ready to sand the whole entire car after that. So guys, y'all already know the deal. Let's get to work. Okay, so all of this now is nice and smooth, just like we like it. All that looks good. Now I just need to blow it off. And I'm gonna start with 500 grit sandpaper, and I'm gonna go over the whole car now and get everything scuffed up. Mind you, we need to stay away from all, of this trim here, so we don't touch it with the sandpaper because this will scratch it up. So we're just making sure we stay away from that. And then we'll start to disassembling process, and then we'll be ready to tape it up and paint it. So actually this thing is moving along, so literally in 3 days, 2 to 3 days, it should only take to have this car ready to paint. So it should be from start to finish 2 to 3 days. That should all it should take. All right, so guys, we ain't got time to waste. Let's hop to it. All right, so as you can see, I already got the car just about sanded. Now, if you could tell in the video that I didn't sand this, and that's because this right here is plastic. So I'm gonna come in and with the scuff pad, I wanna make sure that this is scuffed up really, really good so the paint can adhere to this. And also I'm gonna add Bully Dog plastic adhesion promoter onto this too, so it'll actually stick really good and not flake off So I got to come back and do all of the bottom area because all of that is plastic that I learned. So pretty much all the body is done for right now. So we're about to get ready to scuff all of the bottom parts of the molding with a scuff pad, and then we will get ready to tape off all of our areas for primer. And then once that is primed, she will be getting wet sand, all the primer spots blocked, wet sand, and the whole car taped up and ready to paint. So that's the plan, so let's get to it. Okay guys, that is a wrap. We got this thing ready to go to get primered. So now we're gonna pop it over next door into the paint booth, primer these areas, and then tomorrow when you come back, we're gonna be sanding these primered areas, and then we're gonna get this thing ready for paint. And if you haven't done so, follow your boy on Instagram at These Nuts and Bolts. And like always guys, hit that like button and smash that subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.